Welcome back, troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. Tonight, I decided I wanted to do some eBay guitar hunting. And the reason I wanted to take you guys with me is, as you can see here, there were a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to look at. So this episode's looking promising. Alright, so the first thing that caught my attention tonight is a year 2000 Gibson Les Paul Studio. Mint? It's that part of the title that got me. Let's take a look at this. Okay, that does indeed appear to be very clean for a studio. Normally these things get played a lot. But when I first clicked on it, I was thinking maybe it was an early 90s studio because that fretboard was looking dark, but now I can't see. Yep, that is a rosewood one. But that is a gorgeous all ebony finish with the gold hardware. Doesn't look like it's ever really been played too much. But I strongly urge you guys, even if you have something that's ridiculously clean looking, do not list it as mint, because that just invites somebody to buy it, they see a small ding, and then they want to return it or get $800 back or something like that. So I always suggest just listing it as very clean, light playware. Even if you don't see anything, that doesn't mean a more discerning buyer than you might not. But hey, for a 21-year-old Les Paul Studio, this thing's looking pretty nice. Opening bid on this one, $1,111.11. Buy it now for $1,445. Brand new ones, I think they're now about $1,600? So getting an older one with one of the nicer Gibson cases, even if you had to buy it now, it's not that bad of a deal. But that's definitely fair market value today if you could get it for opening bid. Next up, I love these lots. They get me in trouble because then I just have so many parts laying around, but you never know when you're going to need stuff. So I always check these out. It says, Gibson Guitar Accessories Lot. Starting bid $250 with offers? Yes, please. So then I get in here and I go, those are all Epiphone pickups. Those are Epiphone neck plates. Those are pretty much trash. Not quite sure what that stuff is. This just looks like a bunch of Epiphone parts to me. These look metric in style to me, so they're likely Epiphone special wrap tails. I guess they could be Gibson USA's, but judging by the way the intonation screws look, those are way bigger than the Gibson variant. And I don't think the Gibsons are as rounded. I think they're a little bit more squared off, aren't they? Oh yeah, we can see the hex screws right there. These are Epiphone parts or something similar. So if your pots are Epiphone and you got cheap switches, likely the knobs won't even fit on a Gibson. Oh man, to make things even worse, Gibson Baldwin. Baldwin is like very cheap budget level stuff, like it's in stock at some Walmarts. But they say Gibson so people want to buy them. Yeah, so this is just garbage essentially. If you're paying more than $1 a part for everything in here, you're probably getting scammed. Not worth that much. But don't let that lot fool you though, because sometimes those part slots are good. But now this thing, all right, Les Paul Jr. Custom Darrell Waltrip 25th Anniversary NASCAR, okay. If there's one thing to know about late 90s, early 2000s Gibson is they were partnering with any company that wanted to do a signature guitar, either for their employees as a limited edition release. I mean, we've got stuff like Donzi Les Pauls, there's Fruit of the Loom guitars, and there's been a whole bunch of NASCAR inspired instruments from Gibson as well, including a real NASCAR car guitar. But this one appears to be some sort of a 25th anniversary, just has some decals, looks like a pretty basic junior. But sometimes you always gotta watch these things. They might be custom shops. And this one doesn't really look like that to me from this photo, but then sure enough, you look back here, it's a Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Jr. Generally, these promotional ones, they don't get the bump of rare limited edition guitars, so you can get it around the same price as a normal one or slightly less. A lot of times people will buy these and like refinish them or something if they don't like the way they look. A lot of times people will list these for rare limited edition prices, but they generally have to settle for a player who doesn't care about this other stuff. You've got kind of an interesting inlay on this one, November 11th, 1997, a commemorative date. So how much do they want for this? See right there, $800. Starting bid. Sometimes it's hard to tell what these guys think it might sell for. I mean, a custom shop Les Paul Jr. would normally bring between like $1,800 to $2,800 for just a regular one. So something like this, I think around $15, most people could get around the decals. Apparently this was displayed at NASCAR Cafe, which is a restaurant. Okay. I always hate situations like these because eBay gives you the make an offer or bid. Is this guy expecting to get $2,500? And if I offer him $1,000, is he going to be offended? Or is he going to think, oh man, that's so much money. I only wanted $800. I don't know. I'll see. It wasn't auto decline, so that's looking good. Trust me guys, NASCAR guitars are very hard to sell. I had a Sam Bass Studio once. I remember I got it for like $550, thought I got an absolute steal, thought it'd be worth $1,200. Nah, I sat on that thing for a year and just barely broke even. But the guitar market is way different today. And that thing was gaudy, the edges of the fretboard didn't feel right. I'm sure this would be a much better instrument. Next up, we've got a Gibson S-1. You can check out this video if you need to learn more about them. Essentially, these are Gibson's Telecaster type guitars. I actually kind of like them. They're getting expensive lately, so I would like to get one that's like mint condition. It's either mint condition or something that has exceptional wood figuring. Since a lot of these are made out of maple completely, in theory, you could find one that's heavily flamed. It's definitely not the norm though. You can find them in maple fretboards as well as rosewood boards. So I clicked on this one because that looked really clean. The photos aren't high res enough for me to really zoom in. So we'll have to do that in post. But a lot of these started life as satin finishes. It's kind of hard to tell if this is extra clean or just the photos look nice. I do like that it has the original warranty card. Let's see, what does the description say? Very nice condition with some finish checking on back, side, and neck. Oof. I'm pretty picky when it comes to finish checking on the back of the neck. Like if it's in the headstock break areas, generally, unless it's a particularly fantastic example, I'm not going to keep it. My advice to the seller of this one, get some better photos. Your opening bid price is about the maximum that I could see this guitar selling for if it is actually very clean. Next up, another Joan Jett signature melody maker. These are getting scarce, especially in clean shape. It looks like this one has been played a little bit. It's got some wear on the back of the neck that is not factory. Well, maybe that one is, because each and every single one of these is a little bit different. They do have some natural factory relicing, at least around the edges. It's kind of a case-by-case basis. Purchased new and only played a few times. Okay, well that makes me think probably left the factory like that. $1,000 is more than fair. I could see this bringing about $2,000. That's an auction you'll probably want to watch. From one all-white guitar to this one, this is an auction I'm very interested in, and I'm actually kind of scared this is a scam. This exact Buckethead is on Reverb right now. I'm not sure if this guy just brought it over to eBay to do an open auction style because he wasn't getting enough traction. However, I've definitely seen these photos before, and it's very common for scammers just to steal the photos and then put them on eBay or Reverb and then try to scam somebody because, hey, these are real photos. And since they look like real photos that some guy's just selling their guitar, people will bid on these. But this is Chocolate E-Love that has 0 recent feedback within 12 months. His last feedback was in 2019, and he's selling this? I vaguely remember that selling on Reverb, and I don't see it currently listed. So this has my scam meter going off. I would not suggest bidding on this one, but it will be interesting to see where this might fall. These Bucketheads have been reaching $7 to $10,000 lately. Next up, we have a beautiful 2013 SG Angus Young Signature, the Thunderstruck model. That's nice. It's got flame figuring within the body that not all these are gonna have. Still has the plastic, at least on the tenon cover. I'm not sure if that's still on the pickguard or not. But this thing appears to be in pretty decent shape. It's got some light figuring. It's kind of a rare model nowadays. We've got the Thunderbolt inlays. I would like to document one of these, but at a firm $4,000. See right here, this is what I'm talking about. If you think your guitar's mint, it's not really. Do something like this, some light pick marks, some light scratches. Always play it safe. Looking at recently sold listings, there's one at 3.5, one at 4, similar condition, another one at 4. We had the custom shop version sell for $20,000 recently. I had to help him get the shipping label because it went off to France. Here's one that still had the protective covering over top of the pick guard. Let's put it this way, I don't see that one lasting long. Is there a little bit more money that could probably be squeezed out of that? Maybe. I could see that selling for like, what, $4.5 to $4,800? That's tempting. I'll keep it up here and think about it. Next up, we have Gibson Les Paul Aged Relic from a guy in Oklahoma. $2,300 seems like a good price. What is this thing? All right, we've got kind of a blurry glory shot here. Appears to have an ABR1 bridge, so that means it could either be a classic or a conversion, or maybe it's actually a custom shop. Let's keep looking. That's got a pretty nice dish carve to it to be a USA. Well, let's keep going. Fretboard's looking more USA-like. This thing's definitely been played a lot. That does appear to be a real ABR1 drilled directly into the top with the nickel hardware, but the headstock's definitely USA. And it's a pretty late Henry J era one if it's going to have the built-in shielding plates. Can't quite make out the serial number, but I would guess it's like a 2016-ish. Ooh, somebody even upgraded your wiring to the Bumblebee caps. Everything else kind of looks shoddily done, to be honest. Oh, he says it's a 2015, and he had the finish professionally aged. Okay. And he put some custom shop type parts in there. All right, but whoa, holy cow. Sorry, we're just gonna forget about this because that ABR1 bridge kind of confuses me. Look at that Telecaster. So I'm not sure if what we actually buy would look like this, but $150 for a Telecaster with that crazy hypnotic wood grain. Oh man, they even have it on the face. That almost makes me believe that's not actually wood grain and it's just like a printed design. I know they've got paint rollers that can do something similar, but beware of this shop. This is their sales technique. They always say, ooh, it's the last one. You need to buy it now. I don't want somebody else to make an offer and get it, so I'm just gonna buy it now. They just relist this after that last one is sold. I mean, you can literally go to their shop. Click on anything. Like here's a really fairly priced Trini Low. How are they even getting away with using his name there? It's the Dave Grohl style one, except for the tailpiece is a bit different. But that's the last one. Click on this kit that nobody would ever buy. It's the last one. I think it's kind of dishonest, to be honest, but yeah, whatever. But anyways, back to that 2015 standard. Okay, I guess there were some that had real ABR1 bridges. That must have been a late 2015 spec that I wasn't aware of, because this is one that actually still has a regular nut width too. Most of the 2015s are kind of crazy. Maybe it was a dealer exclusive run or something. Now one of these bad boys, SG-R1. Thankfully, I've already documented one of these, so I don't have to buy another one. I'll be honest, didn't really like this guitar that much. It's a thicker SG than normal. It's basically the SG Artist. It's got the active Moog electronics similar to one of the RD styles that has the limited electronics. So it's not the full-on Artist board, but this one dates to 1980, the 18th day of the year, Kalamazoo made. Yep, that's everything I just said. It's got the original case, appears to be in good shape. I mean, if that's all the original stuff, it's actually pretty clean. The one I documented was dirty, but it's got one bid there. I could see that bring in between 18 to 25. It could go for a hair more, but somebody would really have to want it from a zero feedback seller. Sometimes you can get great deals simply because they're new to eBay. Just be sure to ask for an additional photo with your name on it. Like if you see this, ask them, hey, send me a photo with the word applesauce on it. And make sure that they didn't just edit a piece of paper with the word applesauce on it. However, my gut feeling on this one says it's okay, but I would want to search for these photos. And a good way to do that, just left click. Sometimes it'll say search Google for this image. Other times you just have to do that. Then go to Google Images, go here and paste that. And then they'll see if they can find it anywhere. Now this isn't foolproof. Sometimes the photos are just so unique or so common to everything else you won't find it. But a lot of times it can pull up something if they stole it from a shop's website. The reason why these scammers are going off of Reverb listings is because Reverb has been purging old listings lately. They don't get thrown into the sold category as often anymore. So they're kind of untraceable in that aspect. You gotta be careful out there. The next one to catch my eye, another S1, way more fairly priced. This will definitely sell. I remember there used to be a day when $1,000 was a bit much to pay for one of these. This is actually one of the mid-70s versions, so one of the earlier ones. I mean, $1,000 for this all original. That's very fair today. I mean, they used to be like $650 to $1,000 guitars. In today's market, they're generally between $900 to $1,500, all depending on condition. Unfortunately, this one does not have the original case though, so it's pushing it, but I still think it might sell. And hey, look at this, a Designer Series Explorer. I like these Designer Series models. It's hard to find them in clean shape without the Kahler tremolo and in a semi-what tasteful design. This is not the worst design from the Designer Series. If you're not familiar, they did, I think it was like 30 some different designs. There's some cool flag ones out there that were lumped into this. But this thing is Very nice. Matching headstock. Still has the original Dirty Fingers pickups in it. Uh-oh, that's looking like it's got a gig bag, though. That's a darn shame, because original Explorer cases from this era are big money. We're talking like $300 to $500. Looks like somebody might have replaced the nut. I'm not sure. That could be factory stock. Semi-what doubt it, though. We've got some finish checking, but that's kind of to be expected, especially on alder-bodied ones. And unfortunately, not a single photo of the back, which kind of scares me. Another one of those ones. Is he expecting more than that or less than that? Because, I mean, around $2,000, I would be interested. I think an example like this with an original case could sell for up to $3,500. I'll send him an offer. I'll take a risk on that. That's a nice example. And now the last one. So I told you guys, I'm dedicated to bringing you all those weird catalog guitars from the early 90s, especially custom ordered Firebirds or limited edition runs. So this thing came up 1993. All right, we're a little bit later than I want to be, but okay. But then it said Custom Shop USA. Okay. So I figured it had a Custom Shop Edition decal on it, but I was looking at it and it's like, this isn't a custom finish though. What's going on here? Like normally we expect things like this to have like unique finishes. I'm going to go already ahead and spoil this for you guys. I went ahead and bought it. And now that I'm looking closer, we've got some pretty significant wear on the fretboard. There's a ding right here. See, I thought this thing was almost mint condition. Sometimes you gotta really take a look when a seller doesn't point all these things out. But anyways, it's just a natural colored finish. Back here, you got the same stuff going on. But yes, indeed, we do have the Custom Shop Edition decal. The headstock does not look like it's ever been broken. I can finally document one that has all the different walnut stripes in here, so we're good to go there. And it also has the case. It even has a little bit of original paperwork here. So I was looking at this and it's like, what's the deal here? Why is this Custom Shop Edition? It just looks like a regular Firebird. So then I looked at a normal one. Okay, that's what it looks like. You can also find some cool custom colors like that. But then instantly when I swapped back to this, I went, oh, it's got an ABR1 bridge and a stop bar tailpiece. Normally Firebird ones have wrap tails. So at that point, it's like, yes, buy now, buy now. This is a fantastic price. That is something a Firebird collector will want because it's just quirky. A Firebird 1 with Firebird 5 bridge setup. Nice. I was just talking with Robert Baker a couple of days ago. He had been looking at some Firebirds lately too, and he wanted to try one of these things out. So when the opportunity arose to get a Firebird 1, I just said, yeah, I don't have time to mess around with that. That's probably a pretty cool $45,000 to $5,000 guitar. But that was a guitar I had to lock down right away, so we'll see that eventually on the show. I'm not sure when it's going to get here. It might get here and have some issues. It might have to be sent back, but I do plan on documenting this weird Firebird 1. And hey, if you have any early 90s Firebirds that are custom colors, weird pickup configurations that have that Custom Shop Edition or Custom Shop Original decal, let me know. I might be interested in purchasing that from you. All right, Troglodytes, I hope you enjoyed this journey with me tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.